Madam Chair, thank you so very much. And together we are concerned about this technology as we have been discussing technology throughout this session of Congress. I want to acknowledge the gentleman from Texas, Mr. O'Rourke, and the gentlelady from Hawaii, Ms. Gabbard, present for this hearing. And I want to thank Chairwoman Miller for holding today's hearing on the Arizona Border Surveillance Technology Plan. As a senior member of both this committee and the Judiciary Committee, and as a member from a border state, I've closely followed DHS's efforts to deploy much-needed technology and resources to our southwest border. Unfortunately, DHS has a poor track record with its major border security technology acquisitions. More recently, the SBI NET program was canceled by Secretary Janet Napolitano in 2011 after delivering only 53 miles of border security technology in Arizona at a cost to the American people of about $1 billion. That is a mouthful, and I hope, however, that does not alter or dismiss the value of technology and the reality that technology can really work. Now, 3 years later, CBP is moving forward with the Arizona Border Surveillance Technology Plan, which is intended to provide additional border security capability in Arizona. I would take note of Congressman Barber and former Congresswoman Giffords, who raised this issue continuously, so I know the concept is important. Already, though, there may be some cause for concern. The Government Accountability Office released a report today that CBP is not following all best practices and DHS guidance for acquisition management with its new program. Given the challenging nature of these kinds of acquisitions and the limited staffing and resources CBP has to carry them out, it is imperative that the agency follows all guidelines to minimize risk to the plan and get a successful result. I hope to hear in detail from our GAO witness today about what the most pressing challenges are with respect to scheduling, cost estimates, testing, and performance metrics for the plan. I also hope our CBP witness will provide convincing answers about how they are addressing these challenges to prevent a repeat of the problems that ultimately undermine SBI NET. We simply cannot afford to spend another $1 billion on border security technology that fails to deliver as promised. Madam Chair, as I even say that amount, I get a sense of fear for going down that route again. Certainly, the Border Patrol must have resources that will meet its needs to address the ever-changing threats it faces among our borders, and as well those threats that impact the American people. With that in mind, I'm particularly interested in hearing from CBP about how it intends to ensure the planned technology will meet the Border Patrol's needs, especially given scheduling delays that have occurred and the dynamic nature of the border security mission. I believe collectively, Chairwoman Miller and myself have been a very supportive team of CBP. We have worked to ensure funding, and I would hope that this hearing would not be perceived as accusations against CBP, but only instructive, collaborative efforts to make what we all want, that is a safer homeland. Specifically, it is my understanding that the Chief of the Border Patrol recently communicated that his agency no longer needs as many integrated fixed towers in Arizona and instead requires more mobile technology to deploy to increasingly problematic tech areas along the border in South Texas. Having been to the border, both borders, but in South Texas particularly, at night, when we first began to give mobile equipment to CBP, I can assure you that it is a reality of how important that equipment is. I hope that the needs of the Border Patrol and the requirements of their mission are always being considered throughout this process, and I look forward to hearing from our CBP witness about how this recent request will be resolved. Again, I thank the witnesses for joining us today, and I look forward to a robust discussion about how we can ensure the Arizona Border Technology Plan succeeds where its predecessors did not. Madam Chair, just a moment as I conclude, all of us have had our eyes poised, if you will, on the Malaysian airliner tragically lost. Sympathy to those families who are both mourning and waiting and now in a very confused state. But I know that everyone was struck by the issue of the false passports that two individuals managed to get on. We have no conclusion. We have speculation. We do not know. But I know that, Madam Chair, all of us on Homeland Security were aghast that most countries are not using the database check. And I believe that because we are a border security subcommittee, that it would be very helpful for us to leap into that. I know that there is jurisdiction, cross-jurisdiction with judiciary, but I would love to request a hearing on that, because it is brought to our attention that tragedy has occurred. We cannot suggest, or we do not have the facts as to what might have provoked that, but I believe that that is a sore that is waiting to spread and creating a devastating degree of non-security around the world. So I hope that we will have a discussion about that, and as we do many other items of importance. And with that, Madam Chair, I yield back.
I thank the